What up, everybody? Good evening. Good evening. Getting back into some Warzone grind tonight. Um, Jerry is looking like he's ready, so I'm gonna go ahead and join up in Discord here in a second. I'll fire the game up too. Oh, actually, I want to keep that up in the background. Got my Clash of Clans going, so in the middle of a war tonight. Got to keep up with that. Turn it down. Mm, 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 mm. What's up, man? Yo,
Hey,
Jerry. No, there you
hey,
are. What's going on?
just got back from using the bathroom.
Nice, nice.
Um, Been an interesting day.
Yeah, why's that?
Uh, Taking the night off. So I had to take my bird to the vet last week, and I was like 90% sure that I'd have to put him down today.
Oh no.
We didn't.
Okay, that's
His
good.
So what's going on is his right eye has swollen up to the point to where we thought the vet and I thought that his eye ended up getting crushed because of the swelling. I can send you a little picture if you want, but kind of icky.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind Nikki.
Um, you do have kids. Um,
I do have kids. That's right. Uh, that's funny.
just wants attention. Um, so there was like a scab over where his eye is, and the vet got it off today. We didn't do that last time because the vet thought he might bleed to death
Mm.
um, because of how much fluid and stuff is in there. So we got it off today, and his eye's still there. Yay! Um, but he last time we were there, he took a sample and ran some tests on it, and um, he doesn't think it's an infection or abscess. So that means he's leaning towards a tumor.
Poor guy.
Yeah. So right now his eye doesn't have a scab on it, so it's stuck open, and I've got to put a gel, like a kind of looks like Neosporin. Got to put
Mm-hmm.
something like that in his eye 3 times a day for the next week, along with some other antibiotics and stuff.
Dang, that's how old is the bird?
He's about 15 years old.
Have you had him since he was a baby?
I've had him. I didn't have him his entire life, but I did have him when he was a few months old.
So wow. So you basically
So
had him for 15 years.
a lot of that's yeah, it's been with me.
Dang.
Um,
How long? How old do What type of bird is he again?
he's a cockatiel.
How old do they usually live to? What's their lifespan usually?
He could live for another 15 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he'll be. You know, if we don't put him down, he'll be around for a while.
Wow. Well,
Um,
I hope that it gets cleared up and it's just something
yeah. Well, the
funky
thing
going on.
is, if it's a tumor, there's not much I can. I don't. I don't want to do surgery. I don't want to. I don't know.
No, and yeah, no,
I
absolutely.
it's
I mean, what's his quality of life gonna be?
Yeah, and plus it's a from what he was saying last week, it's a risky surgery, and that chemo might be required, which again, I'm not really wanting to do any of that for financial reasons mostly.
Yeah, but
Um,
I mean that's definitely a huge factor. But also, man, why is it taking so long to connect to online services? But also, once again, like how great of quality of life could he have going through like that poor bird going through chemo, that surgery,
yeah,
like he would
and
be
going through it all.
miserable, man.
Absolutely.
Absolutely miserable.
And then to top it off, my girlfriend got a call from her mom yesterday. and her dog has been down there living with her parents, and he got his cone off. And I don't know, did I have it told you about his issues, the dog's issues?
Mm-mm.
So he developed a hole in his foot. We don't know. We're not sure how it happened. We don't know what's causing it. Um, but he got a hole in his foot. So and the we don't know. We think he may have done it himself. We're not sure. But regardless of how it happened, the hole is there, and it bothers him. And his back feet are like slowly degrading, and they bother him in some way. I don't know if they like itch or if they hurt, but he bites them.
Yeah, yep, yep.
And
That's
so
what you at him.
yeah, he's chewed off one toe already.
Mm.
Um, it was looking good, but he got his cone off last night or the night before, and there's bone exposed now
Oh,
and
dang.
tendons and stuff. So I thought based on the conversation that she had with her mom, because I was in the room, that they were gonna try and they were gonna like leaning towards putting him down as well. But then I had another conversation with my girlfriend today, and she said they were saying that they might just bandage it up and try and make it better.
That's still brutal too, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, since this is began, with he needs to have a cone on all the
Mm-hmm.
time, or
Mm-hmm.
he'll eat his feet, and that's not going to get better anytime soon.
No.
Um,
And
I'm
dogs
of
are
the
so OCD as well. Like that's a fact. A proven scientific fact that he will continue to try to, no matter what. He's gonna do everything he can just to chew at that foot if it's like just bothering him in the slightest. So
yeah, and he has like, from what her mom was saying, they like take it off and wash it out and stuff, and if you don't put the cone on right away, he's trying to eat his feet. So I'm of the opinion that he should probably be put down at this point, but
yeah,
they want to try and do what they can.
that's brutal too, dude.
We're dealing with that at the same time. She, Mandy went down to see Bear this today.
Man, I'll tell you what, and
But
like I've been through that with my dogs.
mhm,
Both of my dogs, I guess you could call them rescued. I didn't get them from a shelter. I just took them out of terrible situations. Um
mhm,
and the one dude, from day one he had issues. He had parvo within the first
mhm,
week of us taking him in. And they were telling us, let's just go ahead and put him down, or he's just gonna die in pain, because he
mhm,
was, at that time, I want to say he was 11 weeks old. He was tiny, dude. He was taken away from his mother way too early, and you could tell just by his health at that age. So of course my wife, being who she is, she, like, barely had him for 3 or 4 days, and she was already like in love with this dog. She wanted to find out if there was anything that she could possibly try to save this dog's life. They're like, well, the biggest problem with parvo is they die from dehydration, not from the actual sickness, because all it is the flu, but they die from dehydration. So
mhm,
what does my wife do? She calls up a friend of ours whose brother is a equine vet, large animal vet.
yeah,
And during vet school they had to work on all kinds of animals. So she was like, she asked the vet, the actual vet, she goes, can you send me home with some bagged IV fluid, and I will find a way to try and you know uh get him get him all taken care of. So they sent her home with the bagged IV fluid, just charge us for it like you would at the doctor, without any service fees.
mhm,
Asks this friend's brother to teach her how to insert the IV into a dog's vein, and she was in nursing school at the time too, so it was kind of easy for her to pick up on. He showed her, and dude, we had this dog on an IV drip for like a week and a half in our bathtub, because he was so weak he couldn't even get up to eat, use the bathroom, or anything. and we were like force feeding him this gel that was filled with nutrients for dogs for energy, basically just so that his body would absorb something because he wasn't going to eat on his own. So we were like force feeding this gel that came in like a toothpaste tube. We got like 3 or 4 of those tubes from the vet as well, and he was using the bathroom all in this bathtub. Like we had to bleach it afterwards. Well, sure enough, the damn dog is, oh, what year is it now? 2022. He's 11 years old now. He's sitting like 10 feet to the right of me. Biggest pain in the ass. Love him, but he's the biggest pain in the ass. And then we have this pit bull that we rescued as well, and she had some major problems with her. Not like sicknesses or anything, but like behavioral issues. Not aggressive. She just was abused, and so she was very like afraid of everyone. She's never barked in her entire life. 10 years old. I have never heard this dog bark at all. So it's really weird. Most dogs, even out of excitement, will bark. She doesn't.
Yeah.
She doesn't bark. She doesn't growl. She just sits there and like, she just loves to play. She's a happy dog. But she had an issue where she would always use the bathroom in the house no matter what. You could take her outside. She'd use the bathroom outside, and then she'd come inside and she'd use the bathroom. And dogs do that out of spite, if they're upset, whatever. That's their way of expressing themselves. And I think it was her expressing herself, still like letting it known that she wasn't happy with the way she was being treated. She no longer does that. It took a couple of months to break it, but she no longer does it. But what was it, 3-4 years ago? We lived in an apartment, and I made some corn on the cob. And I didn't take the trash out that night. And the next morning, we had to leave super early to go somewhere. I have no idea where we were going. Doesn't matter. We get home, and of course, the trash is all over the kitchen floor. So I'm looking around, and there's like, corn cobs everywhere. Like just, full corn cobs. I don't think anything of it. We clean up, no big deal. A week later, she starts vomiting and having blood coming out of her butt like nonstop. Oh. She couldn't poop. She was like constipated, but blood was coming out and when I say blood, I mean it looked like a murder scene. Like looked like someone got their throat slit in my living room, and she was just vomiting nonstop. So after a couple of days of that happening, at first it happened for like a day, and then the next day she was fine. She wasn't throwing up, but she just wasn't pooping. But none of the bleeding had stopped. Then the next day, day 3, it started back up again. So Brittany took her to the emergency hospital up at UF, the vet hospital. They did some x-rays. Well, we didn't realize it, but she actually did eat one of the corn cobs, and it got basically, you cannot break a dog's stomach nor a human stomach can break down corn cobs, So when she ate it, it was a huge chunk of it. Probably like if you cut a corn cob in half and then cut it in half the long ways as well, so it was super sharp on the other end, it was lodged in her intestine that way, like sideways. And that was what was causing the bleeding, because it was like scratching her intestines. And so they had to perform emergency surgery. The options were literally, well, we got to either put her down or we got to perform the surgery. And I could not sit there and be like, well, the dog shouldn't eat the corn cob, go and put her down, So I was like, how much is it gonna be? $3 freaking grand. I was like, yeah, oh, you gotta be kidding me. This dog, this is supposed to be like, you rescue, you don't pay $3 for she's a full-blooded pit, you don't, people go out there and drop money like that on purebreds. Here I am with this free pit who's worthless, and now I just dropped $3,000 to get a corn cob out of her intestine. But she's happy. We didn't have to put her down. My wife's happy. I'm happy. So
yeah, that's what I'm hoping not to do.
Yeah, dude, dropping money like that on a dog for something stupid, it's frustrating, but at the same time, there's an emotional attachment. So,
yeah. I mean, if it's worth it, it's worth it. I mean, I don't fault anyone for wanting to do that.
Yeah.
It's not for everyone.
No, trust me, I get that. Are you on Warzone?
I am.
There you are. Ben said he's gonna try and get on a little after 9 tonight. He's recording some videos for his YouTube channel.
Okay.
Dude, I've got to like remember that I am lactose intolerant, but I always just end up saying screw it and doing something stupid.
Just suffer later.
Yeah, dude, I absolutely covered I ate breakfast for dinner and I made some scrambled eggs and just covered them in cheddar cheese. And I'm talking, dude, within 45 seconds of me finishing my plate, I'm like, oh boy, here it is.
Yeah.
Lactose intolerance is the real deal, man.
Yeah, my girlfriend has lactose intolerance.
Dude, it's brutal. I used to not be. It all started, I remember when I was a kid. Man, I love like milk and cheese and, you know, cheesecake. Like, I love dairy, yogurt. Well, as a kid, I remember, I think I was like 7 or 8 years old. I just would, like, at lunchtime at school, I would break out in hives all over my body. And I didn't know what it was, right? So, finally, after, you know, it now happening at home and everything, and my mom seeing it, because I was trying to hide it from my teacher. And I would tell my mom when I got home, and she's like, she, you know, was like blowing it off or whatever, because I didn't have any proof of it whenever I got home. So she sees it, and so she takes me to the doctor. And they do like the allergy test and like, oh, you have a dairy allergy. I don't think anything of it, you know. I'm like, okay, is that lactose intolerance? And their guy's like, the doctor's like, no, that's not lactose intolerance. You actually have an allergy. Lactose intolerance is something, you know, like where you don't break it down in your, you know, in your intestines, in your stomach or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay. So as a kid, I started learning about that. Well, literally, like, for a week straight, that was happening, and then the hive stopped. But then all of a sudden, anytime I would drink any milk, eat any dairy, it was immediately on the toilet. So it's been going on since I was a kid. It just keeps getting worse and worse as I get older.
Yeah.
But like, I love pizza, man, you know, some lasagna, and I just end up regretting it right after I eat it.
Yeah. I think Mandy's getting better as she gets older. It used to be that she couldn't eat anything. But now she can have some here and there, and like it doesn't hurt her as much. I think she's found a way to like balance foods and eat certain things, and if she eats a little bit of cheese, she eats something else, and
dude, she's
like balance things out. So
yeah, she's lucky, because I tell you, I smell like a thing of string cheese and I'm like running to the toilet. Like,
yeah,
it's I love it though, man. I don't get like sick like to my stomach, you know. I don't like throw up. There are people who throw it up, not me. It just goes straight through me.
My sister has also developed lactose intolerance, and she throws it up.
You know, what happens though to a lot of people, you know how a few years back there was this huge like movement of like, ooh, you know, dairy free, like don't drink cow's milk, and you know, everyone jumping on the almond milk train and trying to cut dairy out of their diets. That actually caused a lot of people to be lactose intolerant, because it's something where when you're introduced to something at a young age, your body just, you know, develops a tolerance to it. Well, when you cut it out, and you cut it out for a prolonged period of time, and then you reintroduce it, then your lactose intolerance kicks in. And that's kind of like Brittany, for instance, my wife, you know, that has happened to her in the past, where like she will go without eating dairy for a while, and then she'll eat like a cheeseburger, and she's just like, nope, I'm done with dairy. And then I'm like, well, just keep it in your diet and it won't mess you up. Dairy's good for you. I don't care what anyone says. I mean, I don't know if it is or not. It tastes good.
Yeah, we'll just say it is.
Yeah. Build strong bones. Oh, righty. Dude, hold on. I'm gonna switch my hat up. Oh. Man. So you know how I've been telling you guys about that Hipfire PPSH, and I gave you that build yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So last night we were running a trio, and Aaron got to see it in action when he was spectating me, and he's like,
Mm-hmm.
"Holy shit!" I'm like, "Dude, level it up, bro." There was a guy. I was in a 2v1 situation in decon, and I ended up 3v1 situation. Sorry, I was in a 3v1 situation, and I ended up killing and thirsting two kids, sliding around the corner and down in the third, but his incendiary rounds ended up getting me down as well. Luckily, Ben had come in for the save and finished him off and was able to get the revive. But then at the end of the game, on that same game, we were still in decon, and this kid was on the roof of decon, and between the cliff and the wall of decon right there, where you can jump through the windows to get inside.
Yeah.
So I was running through there, like, because gas was pulling him to us, and I was running through there, but I thought he was in front of me. He was actually behind me on the roof. And so I'm down low, and he gets the first like 3 or 4 shots off, and I just turn around with it and just spray him right in the face. And I was probably 30 to 40 meters from him, and it just absolutely melted him. And he was fully plated because I got 2 whites and a blue before I got the down. And Aaron was like, he's like, "No, now I know why you run that thing." Yeah, bro.
Yeah. That's solid for sure.
It
There's a
is.
reason a lot of people run it.
Yep. You want to? What's that?
I was gonna say I haven't tried it out yet. I think I tried it out a little while ago, but I haven't tried it out since you suggested it. Just because I've been messing around with this Type 100,
Yeah. No, for sure.
and I really want that gun to be good because I like its damage
Dude,
profile.
I
but
love
it's
that
just,
Type 100. I absolutely love it because the legendary one on the ground with a 32 round mag. If there's a rebirth duos, I can get, I can wipe a team with a 1 magazine. But
Mhm.
that gun, if you're in a quad, it's not a gun you want to have in your hands.
No, so 32 rounds. That's got to be like the base magazine. I don't even know if they have a magazine for that because I think the lowest one you can put is 30.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, so
Or it may just have the 30.
you know how on like it'll say a 30 round mag, but when you get into the game on Warzone, it's actually like a 32 rounder.
Yeah.
It's one of those deals. So like
Okay.
yeah, they give you like 2 extra rounds in the magazine.
Okay. But so I've been trying to play with the 48 round magazine because that's what you would want to use in quads, and I think it's the last barrel, and it gives you really really good TTK, like up to 20 meters. It's a really good damage profile. You could use it as a sniper support pretty easily, if you can control the recoil. But the problem is, the recoil is so awful on that gun.
Yeah,
You have to put
at distance, if you're over like 20 to 30 meters, the
yeah.
recoil's brutal.
I mean, even before then, like it pulls so hard to the left, like it pulls almost straight left.
Yeah, and it does it almost immediately. I think I've just picked it up and
Yeah.
ran with it so many times that I'm used to the recoil, so that's why I do good with the gun. But you're absolutely right. The recoil on it, if you do get a chance, if when we jump into a game, there's usually at least one down in our area that we land on. I'll mark it for you, and you can run with it. So that whatever attachments they have on it, it's not as bad. But the one that I built, it was jumping way to the left, and I hated it. That's why I took
Yeah.
it off. But
Yeah,
I'm gonna put us in a trio real quick. I'm not gonna fill though. It's just gonna be duo trios.
keep-
Oh
give me
yeah,
a second.
yeah, you're good.
I was just building out a.
My bad, man.
XM4.
My bad.
No, you're good. You're good.
I'm gonna pop a double XP token though. Oh, you know what? While you're doing that, let me see if my war attack is ready yet. Come on, like I'm in this. I decided to re-download Clash of Clans to
Is that the blue stacks 5? Is that what you're?
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
the Android app that you can download on PC, so you can play any mobile games on your PC. It's actually pretty cool. I like it. So
Okay.
yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I have that up on the side, and it's frustrating though because I wanted to play. I don't want to join a clan with people that I know right now that play the game because all all they ever want to do is talk about Clash of Clans. So like my dad, that's all he ever wanted to do is talk about Clash of Clans. So I decided to just join a random clan from somebody that invited me because I smoked their base in an attack. So they invited me to a clan. I do so,
Hmm.
and I join up, and dude, like they're active, but there's only like one or two guys whose bases are like as good as mine or better. And
Hmm.
I requested a lava hound for my war attack an hour ago, and I still 2 hours ago, I'm sorry, and I still have yet to get it. And we're in the middle of war, and I want to do my war attack, but I need my lava hound, and I can't do it until I get a lava hound. And then there's people in our clan who are you familiar with the game at all?
Clash of Clans, not really.
Okay, so
Just from what you and Eric have told me a
so
little bit.
it's basically a tower defense game. It's really fun. It really is. Um,
Hmm.
and it's something that kills time, like especially waiting for the game to load. Like on stream, I'll more than likely have it up on the side like every single night while I'm streaming. But the frustrating thing is there is a way that you go about building your base, and there is a way that you don't. If you ever want to download this game and play it, I do recommend giving it a shot because it is fun. But if you ever download this game and play it, you always want to make sure that you max out, build all of the buildings that are available to you at each town hall level, which I'm sure you're familiar with playing other games that might be similar to this. So
Hmm.
when you're at a certain town hall level, you're allowed a certain amount of each building. You build them all, and you make sure that you have them upgraded to the maximum level that you're allowed to at that town hall level before you go to the next town hall. It's simple. It's a very simple concept. Yet here I am. I'm looking at this guy in our clan. He's a very nice guy. Very nice guy. I have a town hall 10. This guy has a town hall. What level is this? He has a town hall 12. Yeah, I'm looking at his base. Every single wall on his base is a level lower than mine, and all of his defense levels are town hall 8 or lower, which means
Hmm.
that it's what we call a rushed base. And what that does though is when you enter war, they're going to try and find a team that has town hall levels that match up with your clan and match you together. They do not at all guarantee that the defense levels are going to be the same. So the guy that he's matched up with, this one that I'm talking about, he's the second ranked base on our team based off of town hall level.
Hmm.
There's a guy on the other team who is their second ranked. He's the same town hall level, but he has completely maxed town hall 12 defenses and troops like he should. And it's frustrating to see, like, we're not going to win this war because we have people in this war who have rushed bases, which put us against people who we have no business playing against, and
Yeah.
just getting absolutely smacked by them. I mean, it's just common knowledge. There's so many games out there very similar to Clash of Clans. I don't think that the other games do it as well as Clash of Clans do. But there's so many other games out there very similar to it that people play, and they don't let you go to the next level until it's maxed out. And
Hmm.
unfortunately, Clash of Clans does let you. And so here we are playing with all
Okay.
these scrubs. You ready to get thrown in one?
um,
If
find
not, take your time,
XM4
dude.
'cause
Don't
I
rush.
just made a blueprint. I just need to find gun.
You bringing that sniper out?
Yeah, I'm gonna use this as a sniper support.
Dude, I love the XM4 as sniper support, man.
Okay. All right, I should be ready to go. We doing regular or
No, we're gonna do some rebirth trios,
rebirth?
but just us
Hello?
two. Yo, what's up?
What up?
Oh, look, we actually got a third.
Hold up, wait, yeah, I just finished actually.
Did you figure out the Spotify music and stuff?
Yeah, so Um, what I ended up actually thinking of and doing was I went into the settings in game and just turned off all the music, all
Mm.
the in-game music, all the commentary. The only thing I kept on was like sound effects, so like bat hitting ball.
Oh, that's smart. That's probably what it was then. It was the game music that was drowning out the Spotify music.
Yeah, it was like overpowering, like significantly.
Nice.
So
So
yeah,
you didn't that would have been like, I'm glad you figured that on your own then, because I would have been so lost, thinking that like, okay, so the sound is coming through, what's the problem? So I'm glad you figured that out.
yeah, um, yeah. It sounds pretty good. The only thing I'm worried about, I watched it back, is my. I know it's happened before, and like sometimes like the camera quality doesn't look super crisp, but when I go in and edit it, like the editing program like fixes that. Like Final Cut usually.
Yeah, it absolutely will. There's different ways of cleaning that up and whatnot. So, like rendering the videos.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if there's anything through Streamlabs I was supposed to change. Like they were both on default, so I changed them to custom. But on a side note, I just opened up this G Fuel Bahama Mama for the first time. This stuff smells amazing.
Dude, that's everyone's like,
Holy
most of the
shit.
streamers, when people ask them what their favorite
It
is,
smells like a pina colada.
yeah, that's what a lot of the streamers drink. That if you ask a streamer, they talk about that in the Sonic peach rings, which is phenomenal as well.
It's the
Oh
one
my
with
God.
pineapple in it, right?
Bahama Mama.
Yeah, is that
Yeah, I believe so.
so that one's actually so far my least favorite
Really?
Really?
because it so I had pineapple emergencies
Ooh.
a while like I used to
Uh-oh.
take those not all the time but like enough
Mm-hmm.
when I wasn't feeling great, and just the taste is burned into my memory. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember if it was Bahama Mama. I know there was two of them that I got in the starter package that were pretty similar. I think it was Bahama Mama. But anyway, I opened up that package and I smelled it, and it smelled exactly like the emergencies.
Oh, you had bad
And it
flashbacks.
tasted, yeah, it tasted just like it too, and it
Yeah,
not care
I
for it.
feel you there. Well, I'm about to G Fuel up for no reason whatsoever other than.
Don't worry, dude. I did too. I drank mine about 45 minutes ago. Ready to go.
Hold up, let me mix this bad boy.
You dry scoop it yet?
Nah, I'm not at that level yet.
I haven't either, man. I probably never will, but
I haven't even dry scooped pre-workout.
when I see people do that, I'm like, yo, you're insane.
Yeah, they're savages. To put it like an understatement. All right, well, see how this turns out. Let me join. Who's join?
There we go. All right, I'm gonna turn the party to invite only. Sweet. You got your classes and everything set up the way you want them, Ben?
Yeah, as good as I
They're as good as they're gonna get.
Do you have any do you have any weapon XP tokens?
I don't even know the battle pass.
Yeah.
No.
So probably not.
I'm waiting until season 2 to at least buy the battle pass, and I think I'm gonna have to buy Vanguard, honestly.
Yeah.
I want to try rank play when it comes out.
So do I. The one thing that I hope that they don't do that Halo did in ranked was limit the types of guns you can use in ranked play.
Use this time to train a bit. We'll be deploying soon.
Oh, they probably will.
That's just frustrating, man. Like Halo limited it to where you can only use you know, like the BR, the burst rifle and things like that, and it's just, it's still fun, and I, you know, shred in it, but at the same time, I like to run all kinds of different guns in Halo.
Neutralize. Enemy soldier nearby.
Are you stuck on keyboard and mouse right now?
Yeah.
All right, I gotta back us out then.
No.
You can't change it in game.
Really?
Yeah. You gotta change it in the menu.
I thought.
Oh man, I was popping off.
Yeah, that's my bad. Let me see if.
I was on PR, guys.
Okay. I'm good now.
All right, cool.
Now I just got to figure out how to get my file off my PC onto my external hard drive to get it onto my laptop with Final Cut. It's my next step of my journey.
How big of a file is it?
I do not know.
I was gonna say you can always use Dropbox too. But
I know.
you need it on your external hard drive for storage though, so
Yeah.
never mind. Well, I guess you could, if it's a small enough file, you can Dropbox it to yourself, and then put it, because your external hard drive's already set up on your PC, on your laptop. Then you can move it to your external hard drive that way.
Check weapons and gear. You got time
Wait a
before
minute. You
deployment.
said put it onto the Dropbox on my PC and then open it on my laptop.
Yeah. So if you have Dropbox,
Enemy soldier nearby.
ooh, that kid head glitched the shit out of me. Damn, what is going on with my stream all of a sudden, dude? Holy shit. My bitrate just dropped to the 900 mark.
Hostile dropping
Yeah, I
into
had
the area.
issues
Watch the
yesterday
skies.
just playing and streaming in general, and it turns out my access point was acting up. I had to restart it. It like disconnected.
That's what you fucking get.